our lesson for today on a travel service that could be beneficial to you. What else is happening in travel trends? United Airlines has a new app that has saved 40,000 flight connections right now. So what it's called Connection Saver Tool. It was released June of this year, and it has helped customers in the 3 months that it's been out greatly. 40,000 passengers. The tool scans flight databases for passengers whose itineraries will require them to make tight connections, and then determine whether the connecting flight could be held briefly without delaying its destination arrival time. So, there are times when we're really tight on connecting. I try not to book my clients on really tight schedules. An hour is a good time to have a connecting flight. Anything less than an hour, you're really chancing it. And there are extenuating circumstances, yes, where your original flight is delayed for some reason, and so then your connection gets cut down even further. That's one of the reasons I don't recommend people do these tight schedulings, because there's just too many opportunities for things to go bad. So in this particular case, what this does, Connection Saver scans and alerts the agents at the gate and crew members at the connecting gate that the last minute passengers are on their way. Your flight has landed in gate 7 and you got to get to gate 20. They know that you're on your way. If they can hold that flight now for you to get there so that you don't have to miss your flight, then that's what they're going to do. And there is a time that they're looking at. So they will attempt to hold the flight for reasonable intervals to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to board. The app also sends personalized text messages to the passenger with concise information on their connection, the location of their next gate, anticipated walk times, and nearby facilities. So that way, if someone needs to get one of those little carts or a wheelchair, to have it there immediately so that we can roll you to wherever you need to get to, then that's what they want to do. The average departure delay was shown to be about 4 minutes. So that's minimal, guys. 4 minutes. You can wait 4 minutes to let somebody on the plane. And it's a small price to pay if it means enabling several passengers to board who would otherwise miss their connection. And what that means is that now that person won't miss their connection, which means the airlines now can not worry about trying to rebook them, trying to find them a new flight, because that is worse than being delayed a few minutes. So passengers, you may in one time or another have this situation where someone needs to wait for you, and you would want people to wait, even 10 minutes. 10 minutes, once you get in the air, they make up that time, and it's not a big deal. So I think that's a really good deal. I think United is starting something and raising the bar with this. I don't know why we haven't been able to do this before, but I'm hoping some of the other airlines will take on this opportunity as well and start looking at that. Viking is promoting Downtown Abbey movie with cruise add-on tour. So, folks, people are starting to travel the world to visit some of the places that they see on TV and in the movies. I know I became interested in travel as a child because I read a lot. And I would escape to these destinations and in my mind try to visualize what they look like. And so I became very interested in travel because I wanted to see some of those places that were in those books. Same things with movies and TV. People are starting to travel. Game of Thrones, Croatia has seen a uptick in their visitors because of the Game of Thrones. And so the same thing is going on with Downtown Abbey. I personally have never seen Downtown Abbey, but obviously it's very, 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 very popular because Viking Cruise Line and River Cruises is now offering new pre- and post-cruise extensions called Great Homes, Gardens, and Gin. It's a 5-day package designed to give guests an exclusive look at several country estates that have served as settings of the show. So they're also sponsoring a sweepstakes. So if this is one of the shows that you're interested in, through October the 31st, Viking is giving U.S. residents a chance to win a trip to Highclere Castle. The grand prize includes round-trip international business air for two, an 8-day Paris and Heart of Normandy river cruise, and a 3-night land extension visiting Oxford and Highclere Castle. So the new 5-day extension will be available in 2021 on Viking's Rhine Getaway River Cruise and the British Isles Explorer Ocean Cruise. The itinerary enables guests to explore Oxford and experience English country life. It includes Viking's privileged access tour of Highclere Castle, which means that's very special. Not everybody gets to do that, as well as visit to Broughton Castle, home to the influential Fiennes, I guess that's how you say it. I don't watch the show, so I don't know. Fiennes family, whose members include British explorer Randolph Fiennes and actors Ralph and Joseph Fiennes. So those are our trends for this week. I'm going to take a quick break. Karen Duncan, your bucket list buster. And when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about travel news and what's going on in the world of travel and around the world. This is Karen Duncan. I'll see you in a minute.
We're a generation of beach-loving, fun-binging vacationers.
That's right, my generation.
That's why Beaches Resorts is #1 for Generation Everyone. With the best water parks in the Caribbean and more land and water sports than anyone, including unlimited scuba. Plus Sesame Street characters for the kids and up to 21 fabulous restaurants for everyone. All included. Beaches, Generation Everyone.
To book your beaches vacations, contact Peaks Cruises and Tours at 512-529-3696. Welcome back to your Bucket List Buster. Karen Duncan here, your host of the best travel podcast in the world. So what's happening in travel news? Well, looks like something very, very important is happening. Very important. What is it, you may ask? Well, NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, has decided to stop all door decorations on all of their cruises. What does that mean, you ask? Well, for those of you who have never cruised, but should, people have on cruise lines get an opportunity, people that cruise a lot specifically, like to decorate their doors. And it's kind of fun, especially when they travel in groups and they have themes and you go through the halls, and some people may have a birthday and so they decorate the doors. When we were on our last cruise in May, there was a stateroom, because it was a long cruise, 16 days, that decorated every few days. They changed the theme of their door. And, it's fun, but Norwegian has decided that they're going to stop letting people do that because it creates a fire hazard. I don't know how, because you would have to have matches or some type of fire to get them started. But hey, that's their thing and they want to stop. So stop it, guys. No more door decorating on NCL. I know Carnival does it, allows it. They actually promote it in a way. Disney as well. So if you've got to decorate your doors, then you're going to have to go to another cruise line to be able to do that. The other thing that's going on is flyers on U.S. airlines should avoid drinking any water that doesn't come from a sealed bottle. I know this is a big deal. So I'm a water snob. I grew up in Chicago. We had fabulous tap water. Some of the coldest, most wonderful tasting water. And you learn as you travel around the world that everyone doesn't have access to clean water. And sometimes water comes from different sources, whales and that kind of stuff. So the water has a different taste. And I'm not a person that naturally caters to wanting to drink water. I drink a lot of water. I have to now, especially living in the tropics. But it's a conscious effort on my part. So when water does not taste good, I have an aversion to it, and I tend to not drink as much as I need to. So I buy bottled water, or I use filtrated water all the time. But I'm learning that on airlines, and this is the second time that I've heard that, like within the last 3 to 6 months, actually, is that you should avoid drinking anything with water on these airline on the flights, and that goes for your coffee and your tea. So this is what's going on. The New York City Food Policy Center at Hunter College released 2019 airline water study, and the summary of it pretty much ranks 11 mainline and 12 regional U.S. airlines based upon the quality of the water aboard their aircraft. And the airlines were graded on 5-point scale with a score of 3.0 or higher, indicating relatively clean drinking water. Among the main airlines, Alaska and Allegiant Airlines led the way with a score of 3.3. Hawaiian was in third place with 3.1. The remaining mainline airlines earned rankings below 3.0. JetBlue, Spirit, received a 1.0. Yeah, my daughter works on JetBlue, so don't drink the water. JetBlue had some violations. We won't go into that in detail. But Spirit also had some violations. Regional airlines fared even worse on water quality study. So, long story short, folks, don't drink the water. Don't drink the coffee. Stop and get you some Starbucks or whatever kind of coffee you think you need to drink. Take it with you on the plane. Get you a bottled water. Take it with you on the plane. Although I'm going to have to say I'm really disappointed when I come out of the United States on Copa. They make Copa Airlines passengers, even at the gate, get rid of open water, bottled water. And I don't think that's right. I'm going to have a conversation with them. But anyway, there's E. coli and all kind of coliform bacteria and all kinds of stuff on the airlines. And so we just don't want to do that. I'm not going to go any further than that. But yeah, so that's kind of some crazy stuff that's going on with the water. And I thought that was worth mentioning today in the news. So let's talk about this music festival. So, I'm in Panama, and Panama has this huge music festival in Buquete, up in the mountains, Jazz Fest. Been going on for 17 years, 14 years, something like that. Well, Mr. John Wolf, who is the promoter and creator of that music festival, is now bringing a music festival to the beach area, which is where I live. It's called Beaches Jazz and Blues Festival. Going to be in Buenaventura, Panama, March 20th to the 22nd. And yes, Peaks Cruises and Tours exclusively will have packages for you to be able to come. We will be starting to promote those packages this coming week. So if you're interested, then you need to let me know. And I will make sure that I send you the information directly. It's 3 days of music on 3 stages and a golf tournament. The lineup, World Music and Jazz, Spyro Gyro, Tommy Emmanuel, Struts and Farah, the Blackbirds, Marshall Keys and Soulful Path. Then we've got Blues Roots, the Phantom Blues Bland, Samantha Fish, 3-Piece Swords, Blackburn Brothers, Dwayne Dopsy and the Zydeco Hellraisers. Oh, that's going to be really good. And then we've got Rock Spin Doctors, Jeremiah Johnson Band, Lance Anderson, Mad Dogs and the Englishmen. And guess what? One of the things that I do that was on my bucket list is, I started out singing. Everybody wants to be a singer, yes. But I'm actually doing something about it. And I actually do some backup vocals for a band here that does a lot of work in the beaches area, the Jim Fatal Band, and we will be performing as well. Well, at least they will. They haven't asked